Hello! Welcome to Laura Lex Writes You a Book, Chapter 6. I'm in a slightly different room of the house today because the storm is raging outside and it was simply too loud to be up in the roof. So I'm downstairs. Ooh, a new backdrop. I've also got a small dog here. Uh, she really wants to play right now. So hey, come and say hello to everyone. Come and say hi. Oh, look who it is. Maggie, say hi. Say hi to everyone. No, you just want to play with your toys, really, don't you? Yeah, mainly. You're so cute though. You're so cute. You're my favorite thing in the whole wide world. Do you know that? She knows. Oh, have you ever seen a more perfect puppy? Mwah. Off you go then, Pug. And I've had my hair cut today, so I apologize for the rain and the high winds. That always happens when I get my hair cut. Happy birthday, Lisa. Happy birthday. Oh, Mac, we're gonna have to play later. I cannot talk to people and throw your middle class dog toys around for you. Oh dear, she's got an M&S gin in a tin toy. Is that the most spoiled dog thing you've ever seen? So, hi everyone. Yes, it is paint-free Mystic. I was decorating the spare room this weekend, and my hair was too long and it desperately needed a cut anyway, but then I got so much paint in it, and I just got to the point where one, I couldn't get the bonfire smell from Saturday out of it, and two, it was full of green paint. And I just thought, do you know what? I'm just going to go and get someone to cut it out because I don't know what to do anymore. So hello everyone. Philippa, you've got a new puppy. That's so exciting. And I was reading the comments earlier. I really like you were discussing whether or not you would have killed anyone with your vote. And Mystic, who I think knows me quite well, said she would never kill a dog, but humans are fair game. And I think that is accurate. Oh, there's some cheese on the table. Mac, do you want some cheese? That's from my dinner. So anyway, welcome to I want to say the show. It's not really a show, is it? It's just a chat. But welcome everyone. Before I forget, next week's episode will unfortunately have to be pre-record, unless a pre-record is rubbish and you'd rather just skip a week. I don't know what's best to do. I have to go up to London and do something. So maybe when you're voting in the comments underneath, say whether a pre-record's okay. I think I can set it up so you guys can still all chat through it. So maybe that's good. And that'll be okay. But if not, we can maybe just miss a week. I don't know what you want. What do you want? Do you want to come up? This is why I normally do it up in my office, isn't it? Because you're actually a pest, even though you're the most beautiful thing in the whole wide world. I think you can go and settle down. Stop talking to her. She doesn't understand you, Laura. So hello everyone. Lisa, I hope you got tickets to was it Download you were trying to get tickets to? I hope that's gone all right. Durka says Mackie's an alcoholic. She doesn't normally like playing with that one. She normally likes her ball, but I don't think she's the smartest dog in the world. She gets confused with the ball because she's got a couple that are exactly the same. These really good ones that are they're like what's the word, hollow, so that the dogs can run with them in their mouths without their mouths being blocked, so she can sort of breathe and stay cool. But we've got a couple of them, and so I throw them for her, and then she gets confused about which one because it will go near where the old one was, and then she gets confused as to which one she was chasing. So okay, today's chapter. Have you killed anyone? Who knows? So you had to decide whether or not there was a gift shop at the end of the last chapter. It's very exciting. What have you done? And you got to choose you could have changed the genre, so who knows what you've done. Oh, shut my Lexx education notebook. I was recording with Ron this afternoon. Oh, it's Ron's birthday tomorrow. If you're a Lexx education listener, don't forget to wish Ron Pease a happy birthday for tomorrow. Oh no, this means I've left my accents book upstairs, doesn't it? Maybe I'm going to have to write accents down in the Lexx Education notebook. It's a crossover episode. Oh no. Hang on a minute. No, there's some of Tom's post lying around, and we'll assume he doesn't want it. And we'll write all over it, shall we? Yes, let's do that. Okay. Durkis, it is a periodic table. It's the front of the Lexx Education notepad. That's where my periodic table is. How old will Ron be tomorrow? 27, I think. Yeah, that sounds about right. He's just under 10 years younger than me. So 27. It was a physics record today, Neil. And not bad, actually, but it won't be out until next year. We're very far ahead in our recording. Anyway, listen to Lexx Education. It's the best. He is a baby, dude. He's my little baby. Right, chapter 6. Oh my God, it's 5 past already. Every week I think to myself, we are not going to do too much ramble chat at the top, and then it happens anyway. He's super young, so full. Yeah. Right, chapter 6. Where are we? Harry's eyes settled on the gift shop corner of the museum over to the right of the door they had come in through. And Harry is Welsh. What do you want, Piglet? Are you coming up? You can come up then and listen to the story with us. Harry's eyes settled on the gift shop corner of the museum over to the right of the door they had come in through. I bet they sell Wales. I'm from Wales. I bet I bet they sell them in there, he said. Come on, and took Leah's hand to lead her over. There were shelves around the walls with various books about the local area and folk mythology from around the world. Do you want to go in your chair? Go on then. Oh my God. How am I going to cope with children? I can't even control a dog. There were shelves around the walls with various books about the local area and folk mythology from around the world. By the till was a rotating stand covered in magnets and bookmarks. As Harry spun it round to face them, they saw that hanging down the third side were about 35 necklaces that looked identical to the one Leah held in her hand. Some had names attached on a small silver extension underneath the gem, and others were plain as hers was. Ah, Leah exclaimed, comparing the necklace she had found to the ones hanging. They were cleaner and newer, having not spent days or possibly weeks/months living in a field, but they were undoubtedly the same. Wait, did you think we had stumbled upon the necklace of a real-life witch? Harry's eyes sparkled as he grinned at Leah and pointed a finger at her. Well, Leah instantly blushed, wondering if that's what she had thought. No, but oh, babe, I'm so sorry, Harry teased good-naturedly. I should have just whisked us out of here to seek her out by a lake. I was too straightforward. Hang on, pretend you can't see the necklaces and we'll go on a literal witch hunt. Oh, lost my place. She batted at his coat half-heartedly, laughing hard at his mockery and her feeling of silliness at having momentarily wondered if she had indeed found a spooky souvenir that belonged to a witch. She didn't even believe in witches and magic, for goodness sake. How had she managed to have that half moment? Life truly had turned upside down. Stop bullying me, she mock pouted at Harry. Come on, let's get back to Flo Rider. That's my new nickname for Florence, by the way. She'll be wondering if we've abandoned her. Still laughing and taking the piss out of each other, they wandered back out to the camper van. Florence didn't seem to have been particularly worried about them as they opened the door to the no, pause. Laura, why don't you read with the what are they called? Oh my God, my brain today is absolutely punctuation. That's the word. Hey, Ben, telling me to stop reading the comments. Stop writing the comments. No, don't stop writing the comments. I love the comments. Ooh. Florence didn't seem to have been particularly worried about them. As they opened the door to the interior, she merely raised her head and looked at them, wagging furiously, but making no attempt to jump off the sofa seat and go to them. She clearly hadn't slept well overnight either. A little bit of a tea slurp. Harry drove them back to the campsite, and they parked back where they had been the night before and decided to treat themselves to a little self-indulgent nap. Leah pulled her laptop out of her rucksack and they put on a film to ignore while they dozed. As the credit music roused Leah from her nap well over an hour later, Leah stretched like a cat on the little bed. I haven't had a nap in years, she yawned. I have one nearly every day, Harry said as he was lying on his back, looking more relaxed than Leah had seen him in a long time. As he spoke, stop licking me. Oh, you're so beautiful. But we're working. Um, as he spoke, he pressed his palm up against Leah's and seemed no, yes. Oh my God. Focus your brain, Laura. I have one nearly every day, Harry said. You can after like watching a cup of Lee's. I don't know if you've listened to the what are they called? Audiobook for Pivot or Clop actually, but I hope this gives you an idea of what the poor producers of those went through and how long it took us to get that material onto a recording. Oh, I have one nearly every day, Harry said. He was lying on his back, looking more relaxed than Leah had seen him in a long time. As he spoke, he pressed his palm up against Leah's and seemed almost to be comparing their hands. His palm was bigger than hers, but her fingers were longer and slimmer. She let him play with her hands. Every day, she said, twisting around. Yeah, work was so boring. The first time I was just tired and I really had to close my eyes for 20 minutes because I was barely focusing on the screen. And I slept for like half an hour and no one seemed to notice at work at all. I just said I'd been working on a project, and when I apologized for a reply taking a while, no one questioned it at all. So then I just started doing it more often and for longer. I pretty much slept for a full hour every afternoon. To be honest, I'd started to wonder if maybe I wanted to have someone notice. If I'd got told off or fired or whatever, it would have been proof I was necessary at the job. When you can literally be unconscious and not have anyone notice, it's not very fulfilling. I don't think I'd get away with that at work, Leah mused, scrunching her fingers and forcing Harry's fingers down to match hers. Viv's nice and everything, but I think if she just found me curled up under the non-fiction for an hour a day, she'd want to have words. Yeah, you're lucky. Harry pulled his fingers away and back under the duvet. Maybe you should be job hunting, Leah said, turning over to properly face him. What do you want to be doing that you wouldn't want to just nap through? What, that would pay the same as I'm on now? He sighed. Well, not exactly. We'd have to have enough coming in to stay afloat, but we don't need you to be on exactly as much as now. But if I take a pay cut, we'll take a huge step back, won't we? He said, still staring at the increasingly dark ceiling. Step back from what? She was propped up on her elbow now, looking at him intently. From all the next steps, maybe paying for a wedding and whatnot. Oh, shit, who have you got to buy a wedding for? Leah sprang her eyebrows up in mock surprise and grinned stupidly at him. So you wouldn't want to get married then? He turned onto his side to face her, and she sensed that he wasn't playing around. Harry, she bought herself time with his name. Honestly? He nodded. I wasn't feeling so great about us before this. She gesticulated into the air to signify their trip away being this. I wasn't feeling so great about it at all. Clammy, remember? Suddenly I feel like you're back, and I hadn't even properly processed that you'd been away. So if you want to change jobs and it keeps you here, then I think I can forego a big party and a white dress. The silence that followed was big. Thank you, Dirkus. Yes, she almost broke up with him, and he's like, oh, I can't take a pay cut in case I can't buy you a dress. I know that I wrote him, but he's stupid. The silence that followed was big. What do you want for... It was so big that Harry forgot how to speak, and it had nothing to do with the narrator. What do you want to do for dinner? Harry said eventually, and Leah laughed out loud. I can't choose a new job on an empty stomach, Harry protested. We can talk and eat. Oh, we still failed to go to a supermarket, Leah pointed out. I blame Flojo. Florence didn't move at all, still dozing at their feet. We have some bread or those pot noodles? Harry craned his neck at the kitchen portion of the van. Or, he said, just as Leah also said it, yeah, let's go back to the pub. We can hand in the necklace just in case any local is absolutely forlorn at the loss of their souvenir. God, I bet every single kid who lives around here has had to go there on a school trip at some point and either has that necklace or a pencil sharpener from there. Raven, I don't know if he's worth the bother. It's up to you guys. You keep changing the plot. I think I know what I'm doing with these characters, and then you guys join in, and then what am I supposed to do? He's a mystery. They clambered off the bed and began to change into slightly more presentable outfits. Leah brushed her hair and peered at her makeup bag before deciding she couldn't be bothered. There wasn't a mascara in the world that could erase the "I slept under a van last night" look. She shrugged, still contemplating the necklace. Yeah, well, you never know, and if no one claims it, I can always just fling it back into the grass and see if it makes its way back to the pixie of the lock or wherever. I can't believe you thought for a second there was going to. Harry started again, and Leah threw a pillow at him. I obviously didn't think there was going to be. I was just pointing out. Oh, shut up. I know there's no such thing as witches. They locked up the van, being careful to take both sets of keys and carry them in separate pockets for maximum chance of not having to live a repeat of the night before. There's no lights on, Harry said, flicking the torchlight momentarily up onto the side of the restaurant. Leah groaned. Oh no, don't tell me they're not open. I'm starving. As they came round the side of the building, however, there were plenty of cars in the car park and about 10 people milling about around their cars or near the door. There wasn't a light in sight on the front of the building either. What's going on? Harry asked. What's going on? Harry asked. Someone stood leaning on a bonnet and removing their phone from their ear. Oh, we've got a character. We need an accent. We've got a new character. Um, oh, Jude wants to know if the landlord's dead. You're going to have to stay tuned to find out. Kay says northern, like generic northern, posh, surfer dude. I quite like the idea of a surfer dude. Irish there? Oh, that Yorkshire. All right, that's two for sort of vaguely. I mean, everywhere's north of where I am. Right. All right. Generic northern. I'll go for this then. They don't seem to be open, the man replied. We've just turned up for a drink. It's very metropolitan, this Welsh area, isn't it? A Scouse landlord. Now this guy. There's only one Welsh person there, and he came from Taunton. They don't seem to be open, the man replied. We just turned up for a drink, but Paul seems to be AWOL. Leah guessed that Paul must be the Liverpudlian landlord's name. Tried his mobile, but no answer. Ugh. Were they definitely meant to be open? Leah asked, shivering slightly in the cold breeze. Always are. Only shuts when he has to, does Paul. Plus, that couple over there had a reservation for the window table, and Joe, the new bar guy, stood shivering his nuts off because he was on the rota and can't get in. Oh no, Northern to Welsh. How does that work? I'm from Wales. Wouldn't a chef have been in early? Harry asked. Yeah, that's a good point. Oh no, now that's Welsh too. No, back to Northern. Yeah, that's a good point. That's fucked now. That can't. Oh, this is too hard. Oh man, I've had this eye twitch for like a week and a half. The muscle in this eye and the accents. Just, um, Oh, yeah, that's a good point, the man said, straightening up and pushing himself off the bonnet. This man is doing a tour of the entirety of the north of England. That's the only explanation for this accent. Oh God. Um the man said, straightening up and pushing himself off the bonnet. Larry, hang on, what was I doing? They don't seem to be open. Larry, wouldn't Dean have been in by now? A man, Larry presumably, looked up and wandered over. Okay, we need an accent for Larry. I'm seeing French in capital letters. We're going with French. A man, Larry presumably, looked up and wandered over. Yes, that's a good point. Where is Dean? Uh, Harry hung back, unsure what to do. Who's this talking now? Oh, fucking hell. Shall we just go back to the van? Leah said quietly. Maybe he's not very well. We can just have those pot noodles. Wales. I'm from Wales. Maybe the witch got it. No, that's gone scouse now. I'm from Wales. Oh God, now I'm giddy. I'm so bad under pressure. I'm from Wales. Maybe the witch got him. No, what's happening? What's happening to my mouth? Mackie, you need to take over, babe. I can't do this. Um, hello, everyone. Are you from Wales too? No. You might be from Wales, but you haven't got a Welsh accent, have you, Harry? No, I've been living in Taunton for too long. I've forgotten how to do it. There we go. That's better. Maybe the witch got him, Harry joked. And Leah swatted ineffectually at his coat and then leant in for a kiss. Let's give it a. It's ruining all of the momentum of this chapter, isn't it? Let's give it a minute. Maybe he was having a nap too, and that banging will wake him up. They watched a group of 4 people wander round the back of the pub to see if they could discover Paul. It's a nice community, isn't it? Harry said cheerily. Like, if a pub was shut near us, we'd just drive off and find a new one. It's nice that they know him well enough to know this is weird and they stick around to work it out. Maybe we should move here. Leah frowned. Harry, I love you and I really want to find a way for you to be happy again, but there is a limit, and that limit is this idea. No. Harry laughed loudly. Fair enough. Well, maybe we just need to make more friends round our way. Oh, even if they do open tonight, it's not going to do my rumbly tummy much good if there's no chef, Leah mused, rubbing her empty stomach and wishing that the museum gift shop had stocked sandwiches alongside the witch necklaces. Good point, Harry conceded. Yeah, come on, let's trudge back. We can open that bottle of wine and then we won't notice that those pot noodles are gross. They turned to go, and as they took their second or third step, lights flicked on in the pub and a cheer went up from the punters in the car park. Oh, Leah said. Oh, well, that's good. Should we just stay for one? Might as well make it worth his while opening. Harry nodded, and they went to the cluster of people stood by the front door. There was a scraping sound as the bolt was. Oh no, I just realised what we've done. There was a scraping sound as as the bolt was pulled within, and then the door opened to reveal the man they assumed was Larry. A small cheer went up from the customers waiting, but it dampened quickly when they caught the look on his face. Now you have to imagine that I didn't know he was French when I wrote this, okay? Um, he is dead, Larry said, looking from face to face in shock. Oh, we've got a generic crowd voice. We need a generic crowd voice. What have we got? Surfer dude. Okay, we can have a surfer dude in the crowd. What do you mean, dead? Someone said, pushing forward to the front of the small group. I mean, we found him and there's blood everywhere. He is dead. He'll never speak again. I need- we got another crowd accent. Hang on, I'm scrolling back up posh. Blood, said another voice, shocked and scared at once. Leah looked at Harry in alarm. What on earth was going on? Good question, Leah. There was a knife, Larry muttered. Paul, Paul is dead. I think he was killed by someone. Oh, sorry. Oh dear. Well, oh, I really worry about these chapters, and actually, it doesn't really matter, does it? It's just nonsense. So there you go. You killed Paul, the Liverpudlian landlord. You bastards. Um, oh dear, he is dead. There was a struggle. Mm. So, if there'd been no gift shop, it would have become a supernatural story. Ben says, sorry, what's happening? No idea, Ben. Um, it would have become a supernatural story if there'd been no gift shop because the necklace wouldn't have been in there. But there was a gift shop, so the necklace was just a gift. So they had to come back to the pub and find the landlord dead. Uh, I didn't. Larry is French. What is that short for? Laurence? Laurent? And now he's come to Wales and is called Larry. So I can't believe you killed Paul. We loved Paul. He was the best character. And and now you've killed him. You really need to think more carefully about what you're doing. Oh, thank you, Emma. Making my evening. My other half in the background is laughing, and he's not even paying much attention. Well, that's good. I love this little club. So there you go. You've killed Paul. Larry's found the body, and there's a knife involved. It looks like a murder. What happens next now? Because the last vote was a bit of a mystery. I've decided you can just out and out choose what's going to happen now. It will have longer consequences, but you are just allowed to out and out choose. So, what happens next? Do Leah and Harry go straight home? Oh, sorry, go home, go in the pub, leave and continue their trip in the van, or go back to the camper van to stay that night? What do you want to happen? They can go home, they can go in the pub, they can leave immediately and continue their trip, they can go back to the van and drive off, or they can go back to the camper van and stay that night. It's up to you, you murderers. Um, uh, so, um, there you go. That's your thing. And also let me know if you think a pre-record would be boring. I'm more than happy to miss a week or see what I can do. Um, or we could can I find another day next week? I don't think I've got another evening. I could do this. This is professionals do this, not on the stream, I think, don't they? No, it's pretty could do next Thursday. If you would prefer it to be live, but next Thursday, I can do that. So just vote in the comments and we'll work something out and I'll let you know. So there you go. Those are the options. Oh, I'm happy that you're crying laughing. It's a nice Tuesday night thing, aren't they? Isn't it? Ugh, I'm so anyway. Listen, I love you all very much. Get voting. If you're watching on catch up, keep voting right up to the weekend. It's fine. There's loads of time. I love your little essays. I read them all. Yeah, have a lovely week. Thank you so much for joining me and take care. Goodbye.